Hello, hello. Xin chào mọi người. Lại một cuối tuần nữa đến và hôm nay là tối thứ sáu, như mọi người có thể thấy ở chỗ mình bây giờ là 7 giờ 25 phút tối thứ sáu và mình không đi chơi đâu cả. Về nhà ngay lập tức để tiếp tục chơi Disco Elysium. Cuối tuần trước thì mình đã chơi và chết các ngoại mọi người ơi. Trời ơi, không phải chết các ngoại mà là cái chị Ruby nhân vật chính ấy, chị ý cứ chết hoài à, mà mình không muốn ai chết khi mình chơi cả, như kiểu là không muốn kết thúc xấu ấy, nên là mình cứ chơi đi chơi lại, chơi đi chơi lại. Mình nghĩ là chơi 3 lần xong rồi mình ức chế quá, mình không chơi nữa. Thế nên sau khi mình lên mạng mình đọc thì rất là đáng tiếc là trừ khi mà mình đạt tới level 12 của Retor, cái chỗ đấy đọc là gì ta, re re rhetoric à, what to do, thì trừ khi là bạn đạt đến rhetoric thì bạn mới level 12 thì bạn mới có thể cứu được Ruby. Đây mình đang đọc xem một số đứa nói thì chết rồi, sao lại có nhiều thằng nó spoiler này. Mình không muốn bị spoiler mọi người ơi. Chơi cái trò này là từ đầu đến cuối mình đã chơi đến lần này là buổi chơi thứ 12 rồi. Tức là mọi người phải biết rằng là mình chơi rất liều rồi đó. Mà mình chưa xem YouTube, chưa xem một tí gì cả. Nhưng mà anyway, thì theo như ở trên này thì trừ khi mà đạt đến level rất là cao của cái rhetoric, tức là chắc là khả năng thương thuyết thì mới có thể thuyết phục được con đấy không tự sát. Còn nếu không thì con đấy nó sẽ tự sát. Khổ lắm cơ, là lần trước mình chơi xong rồi mình chết luôn đó. Chơi đi chơi lại á. Được, mình tính một tí. Bam bam. Ok, nào bây giờ chơi tiếp nhá. Continue. Đây, lần trước mình đang chơi đến đây đây. Đây, mọi người có thể thấy là 1, 2, 3, 4 này, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mình đạt đến số 8 rồi mọi người ạ. Mà theo như là bọn ở trên mạng nói là trừ khi cái này. Cái này là gì? Cái này là The Art of Persuasion, là kiểu là khả năng thuyết phục đấy, khả năng thuyết phục đấy và thương thuyết đấy. Thì trừ khi cái này đạt đến level số 8, số 12 thì mình mới thuyết phục được con Ruby. Còn nếu không thì mình không bao giờ mình thuyết phục được nó. Đây, anh thám tử của chúng ta đây. Lần trước mình tìm được. Ôi trời ơi, sao anh sexy này anh, bây giờ mình mới nhìn thấy rõ nhá. Tìm được cho anh cái áo samurai trông rất cool ngầu ấy. Nhưng mà anh trông mặt sexy quá, sao lại vai hở hiếc thế này. Đây, cũng chơi, mình cũng chơi được gọi là khá khá rồi mọi người ạ. Rất là bực mình là có một cái nhiệm vụ của bọn trẻ con ở trên bãi biển ấy mà mình không biết làm thế nào mà mình tìm được. Vào trong tòa nhà bỏ hoang mà không được. Hy vọng là nó lần trước chơi nó bị lỗi. Ok, thôi lần này chơi tiếp đi. Đành gọi là chị Ruby khó cứu được chị lắm. Bây giờ tiền mình là biển cả rồi mọi người ạ. Mình được cái mod suy nghĩ.
Your entire body is paralyzed.
Đây.
It's like
I know you're feeling pretty and can't say it's a pleasure, officer.
as she says the word, officer, nobody. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
Nhiều thuốc, mình nhiều
Tell her
thuốc
she's
bày
under
lắm.
arrest.
Thuốc sức khỏe lắm, không vấn đề gì.
No, I'm using a
The blasted from that pale
Chưa qua
emitter.
phần này nhanh lên.
saw my a pale light signals are so precise. At the upper limit is the large prime
Nói chung là
number
con này nó
generator
nghiên cứu
station.
được cái
She likes
cái
telling
sóng
you
này
about
nó
the
có
machine.
thể làm cho gọi là
Keep
đối thủ
her talking.
tê liệt.
Look for it,
The pale? It's the end of the world. I built it myself.
and she's proud of it too.
That's illegal.
Oh yeah. Way beyond. No. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Yeah, let's not talk about that.
So she thinks of you as hunters.
If you've got some...
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine.
She's carried well. It doesn't feel there's only 3 meat. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it.
I heard you in the passages. And so you found...
Her tone is bitter.
So nice.
As opposed
Đây đang kể
to
về
the
chuyện
other
là mình
knives she's
tìm
finding
được
there now.
cái viên đạn của con này giấu ở cái nhà ở làng chài.
This could have turned out pretty bad for me.
That's her admitting that
No, I didn't. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? Oh. I knew that, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How
Đấy.
did you find me?
Mình nghĩ cái con Khaleesi ý, cái con mà hút thuốc ở trên ban công ấy là con đấy siêu khả nghi luôn. Nó nói dối liên tục.
Oh, fuck.
$8.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I?
That did make her forgive them a little.
Like what?
A strong moral
À,
compass.
bây giờ
I didn't like him. Hardened
người đang hỏi
mercenaries
về
aren't
chuyện về cái
particularly
thằng bị
likable
sát hại,
types.
thằng Lely.
Yeah,
She didn't hate him.
plenty of broken people who... I'm listening. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. Yeah,
No one takes it.
look, fuck.
She speaketh truth.
And the guns trigger Happy Jacks. What did you think? That I'm sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
A knocked away 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for.
That Merc was probably shot from a distance with a military-grade rifle.
Là cái súng của con này
Otherwise,
là cái
everyone
súng
at the
có
word
vẻ như là
would
cự
have
ly
heard
gần.
the shot downstairs.
Còn cái thằng Lely thì bị ám sát bởi một cái vũ khí bắn tầm xa, Ripple ấy.
Yeah, evidence. So,
Con này
That
cũng bán
really
thuốc
comes
nữa,
as a blow to her.
bán gọi là gì, buôn thuốc.
okay, great.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
Man,
She delivered
I got lucky
there. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
based on what I've heard about you. You are... Yeah?
Đấy, con này còn biết cả quá khứ
More
của mình
questions
nữa.
before
How should I...
those rings are.
Police.
Who hasn't? He was still warm. But the...
She
It's okay.
All right, don't... She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerve. No, she asked me...
You made
Đây
it
đang
look
kể về chuyện
like
là
you'd
cái
been
con
hanged.
Khaleesi nói dối đây. Con này nó bảo là khi mà gặp bà Ruby này thì bà Ruby này biết ngay có điều gì sai, nhưng mà bà này bảo là làm gì có chuyện đấy.
What? No.
Đây
Faking
lời
a
nói dối
lynching
thứ
was
hai,
her-
con
yeah,
đấy
in
bảo
cold
rằng là
blood.
đây là ý kiến
It
của
really surprised
cái
me
việc mà treo cái
how
xác lên là
quickly she
ý
was able to
kiến
get
của
a
bà
hold of
này, nhưng mà thực
herself
ra
once
không
we
phải.
got up there.
Bà này bảo là của
It
con
was like
đấy.
she was another person.
She lied to you about that too.
Yeah. I wasn't... As I keep telling you cops, we didn't...
But even if
War?
She doesn't want
Fuck it. I'm not responsible. I saw you. Yes.
through the sudden sharp pain in
Không
your
vấn
head.
đề gì
Fucking
đâu.
hell. It's especially bad.
Hết thuốc thì đi mua thuốc.
Everyone in...
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Harry Dubois. One
tên của mình
corrupt
đây.
motherfucker with the disco pants.
So she knows all of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
Nah. That I'm not planning to You've been to my...
Wait, one thing, possibly small, but she...
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. One of the guys... That sound about right?
No, satellite office. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds.
I've faced worse.
She hasn't. She hasn't gone up against 3 armed.
What bunker? Don't know anything about it.
Vấn đề gì? Rồi. Khổ.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell.
Đây
But
là phản ứng có điều kiện thì mình sẽ phải nói là mày đã bị bắt, đúng không? Không thể nào mà lật xong lại gọi cái thứ hai là cái gì, Kim nhìn thấy pháo hoa chưa? Rồi quay sang cái quay cho nói với đồng nghiệp các thứ này là phải sau khi mà đã ổn định tình hình rồi.
she looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand.
Oh, fuck it.
Đây. Được không ta? Được không ta? Thôi nhá. Từ từ để xem còn điểm nào nữa không. Không còn điểm nào nữa. Khổ.
Problem solving.
Oh no, chết rồi.
Oh, yes, it is.
You should know the words to say. Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon head.
Fuck. Our job. It went really bad.
This is the right thing to do. Clean up, keep a cool head.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you.
We are cops. Everything is our fault if we let it be. We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. That tent, there.
Khổ. Xem nào. Mà phải đến lều của con này. Khổ thế. Đấy, lại được cho thuốc. Sao tự dưng lại khổ, mình đã làm gì đâu, mình hiền.
The plain red tent. You see a rolled up sleeping bag and
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
the lieutenant nods.
Theo như trên mạng mình tra thì là cái nhân vật Ruby này sớm muộn gì thì cũng sẽ bỏ đi. Nếu như mà mình đạt được cái trình độ cái khả năng thương thuyết 12 ấy, thì mình sẽ thả con này đi. Sau đấy thì cũng sẽ là đi lục soát. Còn bây giờ vì mình chỉ mới level 8 thôi, cho nên là cũng là không thuyết phục được thì bà ấy sẽ tự tử. Nhưng mà dù sớm muộn thì bà ấy cũng sẽ biến mất khỏi game. Nói chung là đây chỉ là một nhân vật xuất hiện ở thời điểm này và cũng không theo suốt cái game này, cho nên là
There she lies, cocooned
cũng
in the
đỡ,
sleeping
cảm thấy
bag, surrounded by
bứt rứt hơn mọi
empty
người ạ.
cigarette magazines. You should assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover.
See anything?
Rhaegar Monthly. You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should
một
read
cái
this
notebook.
immediately, like right now.
Rồi đây, nào. Read magazine này. Xem thấy có cái gì. Đây. Được thêm một khẩu súng nữa này mọi người. Trong này chắc là sẽ
A
có
thick
cái gì.
journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full grain leather, The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among
Mình cài
architects
được cái
and
mod á, cứ mỗi
engineers.
lần mình tìm hiểu được một cái gì về từ điển Encyclopedia là sẽ được tiền á, được phết. Bây giờ không phải lo lắng chuyện tiền nong nữa.
She had
Lại còn
good
được
taste
ngủ
and
miễn
must
phí
have
nữa.
taken what she recorded here seriously. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and
We could learn a lot from this.
hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism. Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. The way some of those question marks trail off into ellipsis, she was going through a tough time. Staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying a previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
Con này là nó đã phản bội chủ, cái ông chủ trước, hay là cái thằng trùm mafia gì mà con này nó biết là mình làm việc cho nhở? Có thể. Đấy là puta madre này, thằng
That
trùm
name
mafia
isn't
mà.
mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th. Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me.
Cũng khá là tội nghiệp cô này ha. Là chắc là do là quá khứ có chuyện gì đấy thì cũng không hay tin tưởng mọi người. I made it a point to believe in the best. Tức là cũng đã biết rằng là mọi người sẽ phản bội lại mình rồi, thế nhưng mà vẫn cố gắng tin tưởng vào cái phần tốt nhất của con người là cái đám Hardy Boy kia. Nhưng mà cũng kiểu cũng dự cảm được là có khả năng là người ta sẽ nói ra chỗ của mình, và đúng thật là nói ra chỗ của cô ấy thật.
Did
Không
M
nói
feel
ra
truly
chỗ.
betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people,
Hồi xưa chắc là
they'd
phản bội ông
take
em này.
measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly. The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed.
Đúng rồi, đúng như ông Kim này nói là Ruby không phải là đứa mà giết cái ông Lily kia. Có khả năng là đã bị đổ tội oan.
This whole thing was a detour. Don't get emotional.
She was in plenty of trouble, even without the murder charge. Still, it's a nasty business. Could have been Titus. Then again... Maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to meet, who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags.
Okay. Vậy là đã xong cái nhiệm vụ Ruby. Bây giờ sẽ quay trở về cái World Wilding in Rags để hỏi tiếp. Hết rồi đúng không?
The plane.
Không còn gì ở đây nữa. Trò này có một cái mà hơi bị chán, nó chính là không fast travel được. Hay là hoặc có fast travel mà mình không biết. Bây giờ đấy, nếu mà muốn quay trở về chỗ kia thì sẽ phải đi một quãng rất là xa. Gọi là đi lòng vòng đấy. Còn nhiệm vụ nào ở đây nữa không nhỉ? Sau một tuần không chơi là chơi quên hết luôn rồi.
Stop. Now, it is time. crisis, death. You can feel it in your... Be prepared. Your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pocket. It would be better if you didn't have to.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Chết rồi, có biến
Put
rồi.
your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We
đây-
need to talk this through. All right?
Đây giữa cái đồng bọn của thằng Lali là cái thằng bị treo người và cái bọn Hardy Boy này.
Shut up. Not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him. Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone caught in.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, Phil?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower. Peaceful. Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Ơ, công nhận cái thằng Maskman này là thằng nào đây?
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
The Mercenary Tribunal. My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene. If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
Rồi lại còn có cái option let's walk away for now à?
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Pig fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
She doesn't seem to understand the severity of the situation. With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long... The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fists contract as you stand there between these men, all carrying real weapons. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. I'm barely keeping you together here. This is it. If you talk to him, he will rattle you, not the other way around. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that. Please.
Được không?
All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Cranor would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick.
I am a Grinnell Major with over 15 years of live combat experience. When my colonel gets hanged by clay monkeys, I lead the platoon on a
retaliation strike. Nah, I just have the biggest gun.
Technically, the other man has the biggest gun, but we're beyond that now.
You're right. But you see, I want it to end in bloodshed.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something. Now fire. Fuck them up. Do it.
No, 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 no.
The muscles on your back. Easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
Rồi.
Unarmed, hunched, but keeping it together.
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this!
for God's sake, tell him the Hardys didn't do it. Present a case.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Who would...
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
Perhaps it's for the best. Him not talking too much.
The gunner. The raddest. What do you think he does? Smart loincloth. He fucks natives. Yeah? Who did that? The bird. You're fucking telling me a bird killed our colonel? You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now? Huh? How about the gift? Go ahead. Tell me again how some cunt did.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud, in a public place.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Fucking liars.
Có ai bị chết không? Có ai bị chết không? Không
The shot
phải.
rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. Then the young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. You... What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks? She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off 5 minutes ago. She
Sao toàn
doesn't
mọi
give a
người
shit
toàn
about-
đi.
Stay cool! The company bitch is gone, Ladies.
Guys, I just get in the way.
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself.
They're huddled close in a formation. Still, the rest will stay. Even if it means dying.
Yes. So what? Nah. I'm clear.
Enough already!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
Goodness. Trời ơi.
Of course, nothing bad will happen. Talk about his dead friend. He seems stable enough to take it. Even better, it will further destabilize him, costing time. This might be a very bad moment to come up with this, but he's Corty, right?
Don't fucking Talk to me about my brother, Loincloth.
Okay, yes. Immediate failure. Things are worse now. He's observing your every motion carefully.
4 điểm nữa thôi. Ồ, được rồi.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun and your hand. The smoke drifts west with the wind. The smoke drifts west. There is a hole in his cheek. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but an Easter AR-FA7 built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rude's mask behind it, his eyes in the slit of the helmet, like a camera lens. Absolute destruction. Is there anything we could use? He's drunk. Drunk fighters overcorrect. From the corner of your eye, he's trying to find a straight line of sight before the rifleman can take you out. In the background, the leader stands.
Red check. Reaction speed. Đâu rồi? Trời ơi, biết thế tôi đã chọn gọi là không up mấy cái thứ linh ta linh tinh. Được chưa? Cố lên.
A low shot rings. You feel a tapping like rain on your chest plate.
Oh no.
Heavy drops of rain. You got hit. The armor took most of it.
Ok, mình có cái ammo, ui xin cảm ơn. Đấy, thấy chưa, tham vặt nó có tác dụng ngay lập tức. Trời ơi, kịch tính quá.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger. The look of vengeance. Here it comes. Death.
Trời ơi.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur. Nothing. A persisting darkness.
You're bleeding out. Yes, keep talking. Still.
But you can't. A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody lips. Your eyes are full. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on your. You hear a faint scream.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Không, tôi muốn chiến đấu.
There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours. And rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs. And feeling saliva in his mouth.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved.
Đúng rồi, không thể chết bây giờ được vì còn chưa biết ai là cái người hung thủ, ai là người sát thủ.
Good morning, Elysium.
Hours turn to days.
the engine of a...
No, it was him. He is the...
Nhân vật chính làm sao mà chết được khi mà chưa gọi là
You
giết
see
được
the lieutenant's
thủ phạm
familiar
là ai?
shape in the orange jacket.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
What happened?
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight. Yes. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the cuirass. I heard it go off. I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care.
Ôi không.
Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Trời ơi, Hardy Boys. Có Glenn, hình như Glenn vẫn sống à? Angus and Theo thì bị chết.
Yes, he's still alive too. You were bleeding out. You said something, I don't know what. And you warned me. I was able to disarm of...
Thank you.
I killed her. And that's what happened.
Ôi, ông Kim này sâu cu ấy. Sâu cu and calm ấy.
Three. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. And Theo, he was just too old for combat.
Trời ơi, có một anh béo. À, Angus là cái thằng gọi là béo mà nói vấp ấy. Xong rồi mình kiểu dựa vào thằng đấy để mình tra hỏi ông Titus mà. Thấy chưa, tao đã gọi là cảnh báo chúng mày rồi là bọn nó có súng mà chúng mày không nghe. Trời ơi, trong cái lần chơi trước mình đã đến và mình đã nói. Xong có ông Titus, ông ấy còn rất là kiểu không hề quan tâm ấy, rất là kiểu tự tin vào bản thân ấy.
This is the one. The Pole was the last to die. Everhart had their bodies returned to Connell for a funeral. Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a task. Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. All. Let's face it, officer, and this is both of our fault. It could have gone
+1.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornet did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. And we are still alive.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies. His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has...
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. We will see.
Đứng dậy được không? Đứng dậy được chứ không tí đâu. Chẳng nhẽ lại làm thám tử xe lăn.
How are you?
He nods.
I honestly don't know. Do you? Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? I don't know. I think the dangerous theory you presented on Classio was wrong. We have not found a motive or a weapon for her. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else? Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peers.
That does make some sense.
What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not
He's wrong.
okay.
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
I'm listening. We could find thousands more if we wanted. I'm ready to hear what you think about so it really is very hard. No. Are you ready to limp? Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an the gates of the I think we may have held it off for now. Yes, we have also completely failed. It's not outstanding.
Druamine. Then it's not that bad. Neither.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Druamine and... Yes.
The close proximity of death must have made it.
Good.
The lieutenant did mention also, it's just close enough to endure the walk.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps?
Giờ là xem nhiệm vụ tiếp theo chắc là đến phòng của con kia. Kinh thật. Trận chiến gọi là tắt cái đèn đi.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note, a few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
Con này nó bảo là nó không giết ông ý.
A gift.
Nó còn để lại món quà ở trên tầng 2.
I am not drawing my gun yet, but I don't. It's hardly so.
You look at her rough, jagged head.
Còn gì nữa không? Xem là trong tủ còn thuốc không. Lần trước mình vào mình thấy con này trữ nhiều thuốc dã man luôn.
The medicine cabinet is empty. Pity.
She said, I always took you for more of a drug.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
Có một cái gì, có một cái sợi dây à?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime.
Tức là ở trên mái
The
nhà.
island in the bay.
The island in the bay.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. She was there that night. She would have known precisely where.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I don't know.
What difference does it make? The lieutenant looks out the window and onto the bay.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person.
Not a lot, no. Okay, let's go to... How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Ồ, ở làng chài có một cái
yes,
thuyền.
of course. The village.
Xem ra ngoài này còn có cái gì nữa không? Đấy, đây sợi dây đỏ mà con này để lại cho mình đây.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Thứ tư. No lock inside à? Tức là...
Yes?
Liệu là mình cầm dụng cụ thì mình có mở được cái cửa đấy không nhở? Hold on nha.
The same small, heavy door.
Không được.
The same small, heavy door. The same small, heavy door. The same small, heavy door.
Xem trò chuyện với thằng này xong phát hiện ra gì
Oh,
mới không?
you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now.
Oh.
This establishment supports cops. The stay is free.
Hay quá.
The drinks are not. Just
Được
felt
ở
I
đây
needed
miễn
to
phí rồi.
specify that. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. Ah, them. Nice people, but no. Lena said they were going back to Jamrock. I saw them pass by outside. I'm glad she got out of here before all that. Bullets flying and stuff. People inside were quite terrified, you know. Yes, you know, and I went outside and took care of it. Everybody calmed.
He's almost completely forgotten.
I mean, you're a detective. Perhaps you can track them.
Exactly, but all in due time. Crypto business is not a priority.
You'll see her again one day.
Oh, fine, hero cop. Lena left a forwarding address. 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many... Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass. Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking. And also, I guess I sort of found out that I don't...
He means it. It's not...
No problem. They'll come back. Another thing. Great. Yes?
Thằng này vẫn ở
I
đây
see
à?
you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. You can keep it. I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it. How cunning. I like men who take what they want. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Ồ, Hardy Boy chắc là
Seeing you approach,
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in. That was one hell of a shot. I guess what I'm trying to say here is...
this is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster.
Well, cheers anyway. Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him with... But Angus... he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Thùng Angus dã man
Here
luôn.
it comes. The last one is the worst one. An honest tactic.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. Well, yeah. Memento Mori.
Memento Mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of mankind to emphasize the vanity of earth.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food.
Or you might die of a heart failure.
Hey, fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambition. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows.
He's right. The numbers are replaceable. In an organization of thousands of men, there are plenty who
don't know, don't care. I'll be glad. Nope.
He did. He nods and takes another sip of...
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest
Yeah, go pay money.
Hell, you both look like...
Thank you for your advice, Eugene.
It sincerely amuses him how hard these guys...
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all... Take care, coppers.
Copo loco.
Thanks for getting involved, guys.
And if you ever feel like...
And Titus Hardy himself would make...
I will.
Take it easy on the drink.
Good point.
Ok. Nào, bây giờ chúng ta làm chài thôi. Ôi dồi ôi. Chữ gì đây?
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood, and this was Cindy the Scar. The lieutenant crouches.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. The flames warmed him too.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out.
Để xem là thằng Kuno nó có thay đổi cách nhìn về mình không? Sau khi mình gọi chiến đấu anh hùng.
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. Guess that was cool. Cool. That's very cool to Kuno. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual.
Feels good for some reason.
Để tiết kiệm điểm để lúc nào cần thì...
Watch out, pig. Who knows?
Rồi, thôi đi ra gặp Lillian nào.
In the morning light, the white...
Từ trước khi đi thì để gửi cái
Inside,
quyển cốt.
you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, A pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Something is wrong. Only static, no reply.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is it only happens when someone mentions the attack. No more dangerous than... I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. You can try calling again. Just don't mention the...
Everything sounds okay. In the cabin, you see as...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Roger that. 10-10, over.
Trong này còn có cái option là mình gọi là tán tỉnh cái bà Lillian đấy. Chết cười.
Officer, what happened?
You're not limping. She sounds almost disappointed with you. Reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard guns.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
Đây, lại còn có quả tán tỉnh bà này với đau tôi chứ.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only...
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with Ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here.
That's cool. You boast in your bacterial infection.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against coalition forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but the twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do. Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
And that iron. That's, nothing. It's just a seaford and some plants. And we make a fire. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
don't know what those are. They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us.
They must mean a human being on that island.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes. I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical?
Yes. No, he doesn't live there. No, he lives there. Been there twice, too. He doesn't live there.
Anything else?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't. I'm sorry. There's
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Hỏi con bé kia xem là nó có nói gì không.
Hello, mister. Yeah, they look the same. They look identical. Bye!
À kia có rồi. Đã có thuyền.
A skiff with a small... Once you get in, that's it. Have you made all the nest? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank.
What? Fine. Let's...
Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally.
Là khai phép.
Want to be free. Want to be free.
Mà sao chậm vậy?
It will last forever. Eternally.
Đây, lại mở sang một cái map mới. Disco Elysium.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then, in the silence,
let's go.
Rồi, nó làm gì nữa? Chắc bây giờ là khám phá đảo thôi còn gì.
ICM? This
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the
sounds an awful lot like.
It does. The RCM, it's impossible to say.
Nice, political, it's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation, no.
With its horns in the sky.
No, that...
A DeLorean-era symbol of...
After... One of these barrels was still leaking fuel.
Old cylindrical generator. The lieutenant puts his hand.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank. There's a red starter. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like a...
That should do it. Downstairs, somewhere?
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow of...
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest. Yes, any time.
You don't have to be a... The greasy...
The offer still stands. Take it.
Books and magazines. Most are soft covers. Serialized fantastique and detective stories from the popular depictions of among.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Not that you can tell. This is a digest of some... Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. The print in some of these is pretty small, though. This person has good eyesight. Soft covers, serialized, fantastic. Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory. That is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Usia.
Your incendiary remark. Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Well, yes.
The little books seem inconsequential.
Whoever has lived here, they have some...
Interesting.
Whoever has lived...
Interesting.
Ai ở đây?
Soft covers.
Người gọi là thích cũng được giáo dục à?
Soft covers. Serial.
Yes?
Từ.
You see a
Another part of the island, probably. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
I retract my statement. It was naive. Let's look around and get it.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel. The keys rattle like teeth.
The console of an anti-computation device. I think, yes. Let's see.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
After you. I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke.
Don't worry. I know. It was not easy to acquire. I know. It was not easy to...
Chỗ này có vẻ to. Ra sau đi. Ai đấy?
An old man then spits, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is...
The what now? I can't hear you. I may have. Fire guy. Regret my eyesight? Yes, I did. And you opened it. How? I should have burned that console. Reactionary rock and roll.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
The fascists were right about rock. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. It's a Triangong.
Southeast Samaran made.
A Samaran rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid. You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service right.
No. Put it down now.
Or you're gonna blow. It's out of bullets.
Like an empty, he stares on.
The future.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
His gaze, the rifles in a shabby state. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made.
Worn, personalized even. Looks like this weapon has...
No response from the old.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight, good for...
As he speaks, he stresses every word. The old man keeps following your motion. This looked very much like the murder weapon.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your hold...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to... I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
No. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago. 43 years and 10 months. It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just...
What have you been doing during...
Hiding, fishing, wait.
Where it's morning, on Rue de Saint-Gislain, people are walking. The gas streetlights have already been switched off. Further inland, in Jamrock, the streets come alive with workers. Men, women, children rushing.
Always waiting. For her.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. Always. The material base for an uprising, the historic opportunity for our revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore. I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, for reaction to take hold. Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men. May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The combined might huddled on the floor.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it.
No. I climbed the chain airships. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn. The mask of humanity fall from... And then you... that the bourgeois are not human. I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop. It's not an island, what? It's a defensive fortification of the commune. The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone. Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million Iblis? The Black-Eyed.
Shaitan Ahura, the Darkened One.
How does anyone survive?
Now hold on there.
Supplies, vegetables.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like...
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like...
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
Cancel, ông này bị của vay bị ung thư.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns. There's nothing to look over. I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years. I don't even know what. Inferno? No wonder. All your minds are rotting from the... It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have...
There were posters.
We communards still hoped. And others too. Some at night.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cared. I don't want to.
He does not want to see life moving on.
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Useless now.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on
the propaganda bunker.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there.
Bọn này tức là ông này như kiểu theo chủ nghĩa cộng sản.
No need to go underground anymore.
Trời ơi, một bộ phim
It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Một bộ... À không phải, sorry, bộ phim chứ. Cảm giác đúng là như của mình đang xem phim ấy. Có lịch sử rồi, có gọi là các bên, rồi khởi... Nào là vua, rồi quân khởi nghĩa, rồi chủ nghĩa tư sản, chủ nghĩa vô sản, chủ nghĩa cộng sản rồi. Thật sự là mình không biết là cái game này là có dựa trên một quyển sách tiểu thuyết nào hay không, nhưng mà cái cách mà nhà làm game xây dựng cái thế giới này nó rất là kỳ công, nó rất là tinh tế. Lịch sử rồi kiến thức rồi tất cả mọi thứ, là mỗi một người mà mình tương tác thì người ta đều đại diện cho một, người ta đều phản ánh được cái chế độ, cái cuộc sống sinh hoạt, người ta đều có một câu chuyện riêng. Ông này rồi cả thậm chí là kể những người như kiểu cái bà ngồi trên xe lăn ấy, bà cũng có một cái câu chuyện riêng của bà ấy, và nó đều gọi là phản ánh cái thế giới này, thế giới quan này.
The old man looks across the water at...
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob. You're the RCM. You represent... Take me to them as a...
A spray of blood. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said.
Liberal reactionary...
Is that part of why you've been here all this time?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Honor is a feudal atavism. My motive is class. No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological... trained in historical
The old man.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism.
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
You're inert.
Detective. We have not come here to... We have come to ask questions.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not...
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce. Real...
You need to address that remark.
The job of a shitlick. It is the... In Grad... This... How did it...
He waves erect. It was dear to him. He resents for...
I've used it.
Killing people.
It's a gun. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting.
There is no after the war.
So he's continued killing. Go in straight. No. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it.
Oh, yes. That...
Did you kill...
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune.
Exhaust him with the scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Not a lot of guns are...
It's a... You look...
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Telling...
Murder.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. And Maybells on Clausia's bout. Nothing else comes up. You see, the lieutenant. I'm sorry, this didn't do any...
Officer. A word?
Almost.
No, come on. I think we may have this. From nothing to this in a day. This is good, Lieutenant Gefreiter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later. Good. We are doing very good. He wants to confess, I can see that. We just need to...
You hear that? He thinks you're this close.
Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement. He thinks the deserter has more than just this case in him.
Oh, yes. And he hasn't spoken to anybody in a long time.
Minions of capital. Petty bourgeois law.
A drop of blood. That's right. Pile it all on him now. 3 should do it. Maybe 4.
Damn Maybells.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No. Classier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
My ears don't reach the city. With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst.
You're lost, Dwight. You're lost.
Is what you plan to say.
Officer, are we sure? We could maybe get more.
The old man. You startled him. Maybe it was the silence. He quickly gathers himself. Still, what could he be afraid of? For a 60, he's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But
I ain't going.
Tôi phải đi xem hòn đảo này rồi quay trở lại. Không việc gì phải vội nhá. Ông cứ ngồi đấy. Ông cứ ngồi đấy chờ cháu. Cháu sẽ đi gọi là tìm bằng chứng về, rồi chúng ta nói chuyện tiếp, ok? Mà một người một mình sống ở đây thì cũng tội nghiệp ấy. Tại vì là không có cái gì mà giết người ta nhanh bằng sự cô đơn ấy.
there's a rain-soaked mattress.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
A single-person mattress. And an empty can of beans on the ground. The silhouette of a tobacco picker. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Druan.
Yes, it all adds up.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you. Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning. The springs screech as you lean. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. The red chimney and collapsed. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Do you have a line of sight to the window? I can see it, through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This...
Affirmative.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
He looks north, over the fortification.
Yes?
Nhưng mà tại sao ông này lại giết thằng đấy nhỉ? Cái đấy mà là cái con Kalasi là có vai trò gì ở đây? Tại sao lại con này lại dính dáng đến cái vụ này? Đấy. Vẫn còn một vài những câu trả lời mà mình chưa trả lời được. Và bây giờ chắc là quay trở về hỏi ông kia là ok rồi đấy.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
What?
But you said I would be taken to the...
The sum of all. The wind picked.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you...
But... No, I don't want to. I have...
He's sweating. Pupils are dilated.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat. Not really.
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't...
Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world.
No, listen. Listen now.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
This world? What are you talking about?
The wind is cold. Your skin is crawling suddenly.
Mưa à? Con gì kia?
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. You feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
Tell me what you see, damn it.
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, but that means it's really there.
Be very, very careful.
Oh! Fast meat! Oh, Favis! Cái con mà cái ông chồng của cái bà Lena là đang đi tìm.
The creature stands on long stilt-like, reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a slowly, with your breath held, like laughter, a sort of the tracheal system on the hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light.
I got it.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. A small shudder passes the creature's arm. There is some kind of countdown happening. Here, within the smooth white inner part.
The nervous system could be spread out like...
Or a ryocinta, an occidental. The antenna, the sensation. It is surprisingly delicate.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen. It tastes like sugar, odorless, mostly comprised of water. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life.
Maybe it is real.
About now, the insect breathing you in, your sour, the insect stops its... Suddenly, there is silence. As you do, the inverted praying to you. Unwittingly, the insect continues its stridulations. As it moves, no reply. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts.
Careful. It may be poison.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt.
I exist. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the insulated insula.
Nói chuyện của
For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
Chờ một tí nha mọi người, mình đi lấy một ít nước. Ôi ôi, ra ngoài nhà vắng tanh mọi người ạ. Mọi người đi chơi hết rồi, nhà chẳng có ai cả. Nào.
I went unnoticed by the first settlers, and the lands I have stayed hidden through four forms of government and two scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebel. No, the pale too came with it. It is a nerve. You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. We suspect it will be something like the...
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees.
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget? No, you're only thinking it now. So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them. Tell me what it's like for you. Then I will tell you what it's like for me. Fire? Where? I do not have fire. Now, I will tell you what it's like. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless, pure, even when you're sleeping. And when you wake, you carry it around that much. And when you fall, we will come to reach. So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What is in the bed? Very slowly. And only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the... No, you're awake. Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily. You can also eat it, if he's a leaf.
It doesn't look like that, no. No. What's going on? I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman turned from the ruin.
Turn, go forward. Forever show. You cannot lie to me. Behind you, it smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence. And it. She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone. And something under it, in the place...
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Looks like a nest of some sort.
What now?
In some kind of
Our suspect is not looking so good.
What is it?
Something is very wrong with him now.
See?
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond, like an addict of some terrible substance. A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is...
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go in old age and shock. The appearance of the phasmid in conjunction with the stress of the arrest. We should think about getting back to the mainland, to get help.
Nào. Wow, lấy được súng của ông này bán tận được 70 rie. Xăng được 48 rie. Được phết. Xem quần áo nào. Chứ không lấy được nhiều quần áo quá. Không được không?
The old man stares at the reeds. He stares into the reeds. Nothing.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he's...
I lost...
He turns his eyes.
He lost the scope. Then this site is a T9.
Silence. You've gotten all you will. The plastic cape flaps around his face.
Mình vẫn chưa bắt ông này gọi là thú tội. Phải tìm được 3 bằng chứng à? Tìm ở đâu nhỉ? Đi hết cả đảo rồi gì nữa.
The greasy...
The offer still...
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark. The blanket, you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to sleep.
lẽ mình không nên đi ngủ nhỉ? Go down the train à?
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, off to advise the Queen of Shest, mostly. I don't know, man. What is the Holy Suzerain?
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
Hey. Yes. Or I mean no.
She sighs and looks over her shoulder.
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare... Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light.
She looks silence. Her nuptial gown flows.
Anyway. No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always...
She does not You have to say something.
The poetry thing is...
I'm sorry. I'm foam. All I can do is...
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
It's not. But... I don't know why I said but. There is no but. That's it, yeah.
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
See? It just takes some time. For you, it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me, too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. But...
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear you're still making her sad.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew. Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone. It's okay. No, Harry. We can't. We already tried again, and it It didn't work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. Not you too.
I don't know. Please. Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
She avoids turning them to you. They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
You know what I mean. A little down. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you. Questions. This is another list, isn't it? It's not just the lists. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for too long. You only communicated with encyclopedic trivia. I was so alone. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova. I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless Found Rider between your fingers.
Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless Fawn Rider back then.
Sao mày không... Từ.
We both said a lot of things.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers. In her...
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her. For effect. All of it. No summaries.
Please, Harry. I just don't have time for this. Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now? Then why are you doing this? Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left, on Voyager Road. It was autumn. The first autumn. But Harry, please understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants, smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first kiss, my first time to have sex. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything. Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river, to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me, talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret.
That's sharp and precise. Why? There is still a way to win her back, you know. All you need to do is analyze.
And my crown of immortality? No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. And the cheap rental flats you could afford. Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can only think that way about new people.
You're a better man now, with a rank in a powerful armed organization.
No, it's too late. I found someone for whom I feel the same love I did for you.
Đây mới là lý do thật sự
Only
này.
this time, he is more careful. He will not lose me.
Đây
It
mới
will
là
go
lý do thật sự.
somewhere. It will grow. Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny?
She smiles mysteriously, looking east, then turns her gaze back to you.
It's here, Harry. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. There. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money, it was not good.
Surely the alcohol didn't help either.
Everyone has a little glass of wine every now and then. I certainly do. It's a Queen Regnant thing. I don't think it was the alcohol. It was inevitability.
See? If you drank with her, you'd be cool again. If you drank with her, you could have sex on alcohol.
42. That is the light rail that took me to Coron, to school and work. Every morning. It's the same stop I met you at, Harry. 100,000 million years ago. No human being should still remember the position of atoms such eons ago. It must feel unnaturally sad. A sadness so ancient, it is shared even by archaebacteria. Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, you should let me go to the aerodrome.
Don't let her. Don't let her go there. You should redo the topics. Go over everything. The things you didn't say before, too. Make it go on and on.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day. The morning? I don't understand. Yes, it really, really is better that I don't. Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around.
Who says that? I have ruled with kindness, grace, and temperance. Besides, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I really have to go to the aerodrome. I'm not that either. Can't I just be.
Trời ơi, cái option này thật là tội nghiệp ấy. Đừng đi.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
No, that would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me. At the cafeteria, dust, hell, and tragic comedy.
Phũ quá, trời ơi, chị này chị dứt áo ra đi một cách gọi là không, gọi là rất là cương quyết luôn ấy. Không hề có một tí cảm xúc gì.
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into. That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight. Yes. I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago? Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time, so long ago. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? Of course. I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on? Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound. Okay.
He's still worried. You must have...
Thôi, nào.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks, but for the sound of 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him. I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking. Also, you look like a fuck.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what... This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
That's right. And you're some kind of murder machine.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led...
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi. Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullet. Shit kid. What an interesting money.
You. Shit kid. That's you.
Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the phasmid, the case. Good idea. It doesn't look like he thinks you're in a position to correct him on the shit kid issue.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk. Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was, and it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
I didn't lie to you. No one lies to you. You were so fucked up on booze you couldn't recognize your own partner.
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends. Okay, you're my commanding officer. I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training. Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells? He doesn't remember.
See? He really doesn't remember. It wasn't a...
Yeah, that's very good.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstam. What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on. Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily. No. Everyone's just a brilliant master of disguises. God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we? Are you sure? So you haven't been telling everyone what a boring cop you are? And that you should kill yourself? The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in.
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, pal.
As displayed in a station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
He is. He's getting better. And I can confirm that he...
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drugs.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mirror.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful.
Tức là đây không phải là lần đầu tiên mà mình tỉnh dậy mình quên hết mọi thứ.
The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the next world mural, those cases were hard.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its...
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a crétin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension? Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand. Patrol Officer Minnow picks it up and gives it back to you, slippery.
He found it. It's his badge.
And your gun?
As if having your badge What is it with all these material objects?
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
A bit of a week? You're drunk, and you let a suspect escape, a certain Clasier, because you were too drunk to ask yourself.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Well, if she was specially trained, I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, the one who shot herself, or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You've spent the week with him, on this case.
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has...
See?
1 week.
Then there's the boring cop issue. Despite all the obvious and almost grotesque mannerisms and sartorial choices, he still insists he isn't characteristic enough. It's worrying, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a fascist, a far-right woman hater, and of course, also into race stuff. Which, for a police officer, other still, he is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view,
Tất cả những
I
sự
don't
lựa
know.
chọn sai
But
lầm
he is vocal
chỉ vì
on both of them.
sự lựa chọn, vì cái câu chuyện đó quá dài và tôi đã ấm bừa. Trời ơi.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the constant smoking everywhere, all the time. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop.
Thực ra thì thằng này nó
In
cũng
all the
chả
time
phải
I've
giỏi như
spent with
thế.
him,
Chơi
he has
Sherlock
not
Holmes.
once
Chúng
stopped
mày chưa
working
chơi
on the
Sherlock
case.
Holmes đúng không?
He is tireless,
Chưa biết Sherlock Holmes đúng
madly
không?
driven.
Sherlock Holmes là hơi bị siêu. Có mỗi cái đoạn là kiểu mình vừa rồi cái vụ bắn súng ấy thì mình phản ứng thì có vẻ là ok, mình cũng được. Chứ còn lúc trước thì không phải.
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows. flapping the glossy rectangle. You hear gasps beneath.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the...
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia. He fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. It's...
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom stuff. This man's...
So, it is what a soldier of the...
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory.
Of course, excuse me.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
And it worked? He got a war going?
Yes, until we stopped it. He saw the mercenary as an ennemi combatant. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from, as far as motive is concerned. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over you.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. It will pass in time.
I don't know what the Doom commercial area is. Why?
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
Female?
You had to see it. It had this...
Incredible.
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates. Must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs. As in cloning itself? What makes you think so? Well, then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female.
That makes sense.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely... like a cephalopod?
No, I wouldn't say it was...
At that size, this creature would have a lot of surface area to...
Yes, but also
Incredible.
This would really help with some of the...
Absolutely.
Without it...
You're doing good here. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Yes, yes. Fallen...
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
The man looks westward, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair. Some of your more old-school social views. Your love of retro-style dance.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy. Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance?
It is getting cold out.
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. Coudon is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk. Dora something. Dora England. Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that. Half Vasa.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it? What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one. Incredibly bangable. She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin base.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated.
Look, the sun is about to go down.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chick. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to them.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
No. You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out. I told you it's not that bad.
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good. Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though, Torsen and McLean.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RC.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this code.
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershaw. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky.
Thank you again, Lieutenant. Who is...
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Pedish.
Fine. If we're gonna drop...
She and her husband were conducting the... They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change. Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain. Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate. Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering. Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in. And crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one. But he's at...
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even...
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to.
I do like the sound of that.
He's really considering it.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horror. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come.
Có vẻ như là sắp hết rồi à?
Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstam? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through, and when he does, he'll side with Revachol. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow?
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Vẫn chưa hiểu là tại sao. Tức là chỉ vì cái ông kia là cộng sản, xong rồi là ông ý điên lên bắn súng lung tung. Hoặc là ông ấy quen cái con Kaje à? Cái con mà ở mà chạy trốn thoát ấy. Xem những người làm cái team sản xuất này nào. Viết được cái này là cũng là quá kinh khủng rồi. Mình cảm giác là mình vẫn chưa chơi được hết, chưa chơi được kỹ. Nếu như mà có lần nào chơi lại thì mình cũng muốn khám phá một vài những cái bí ẩn. Ví dụ như là ở cái chùa, ở cái nhà thờ có cái bí ẩn gì, rồi thằng Kuno có bí ẩn gì. Thực ra thì nếu mà nghĩ kỹ thì chỉ còn có mỗi không, còn cả cái bí ẩn là về cái chỗ gọi là phòng, cái đường đi bí mật ở cái Whirling, cái nhà nghỉ. ba cái bí ẩn đấy thôi đúng không? Nhà thờ này, thằng bé Kuno này, rồi cái chỗ đường đi bí mật là mình chưa khám phá ra thôi, chứ mình chơi cũng khá là kỹ mà không dùng đến các pháp sư YouTube nha. Từ trước đến nay là mình chơi bao giờ mình cũng gọi là dùng rất nhiều YouTube để mình chơi ngu mà. Ok, không chưa? Lâu quá. Không thể tin được là hôm nay là mình đã phá đảo được cái trò này. Chơi đã đến buổi này là buổi thứ 12 á. Còn gì ở phần cuối nữa không? Team nhiều người phết ha. Đây là những cái lồng tiếng cho các nhân vật này. Bộ phim này âm thanh rất là hay, âm thanh rất là sống động. Nhiều người lồng tiếng cho mỗi người lồng tiếng cho nhiều người. Mình đấy mình còn chưa giải quyết được thằng Measure Head này. Nếu mà giải quyết được thì chắc là chỉ được thêm điểm kinh nghiệm hoặc là một cái điểm gì đấy thôi. Chứ còn câu chuyện chính là mình cũng đi hết được rồi đó. Thảo nào mà cái game này được ranking rất là cao mọi người ạ. Mình cũng tại vì mình thích chơi trinh thám ấy, nên là mình cũng gọi là ngắm mấy cái game này từ lâu rồi, nhưng mà chưa thấy nó rating cao, nhưng mà vì nó đắt cho nên là mình không mua. Giá mình hồi đấy mình mua ở Steam là sale 50% thì còn 21 đô Úc, tức là tầm khoảng 400 gần 400 đô, 400.000 Việt Nam đồng á. Có nhiều cũng một số bạn Trung Quốc ở đây ha. Có cả cái gì đây? Đây là các tiếng à? Đây là tiếng không dừng lại được mọi người ạ. Không thoát được. Đây là tiếng Tây Ban Nha. Đây là tiếng Hàn. Nhóm dịch ra tiếng Hàn này. Công phu ra phết hả? Cũng đang có một nhóm Việt hóa game này, nhưng mà mình nghĩ là chắc là cũng sẽ lâu đó. Bởi vì là đến cả mình là một người cũng hay chơi game tiếng Anh, mà tiếng Anh cũng không phải là dạng tệ. Và mình còn nhiều đoạn mình còn đau hết cả đầu ấy, vì cái phần lịch sử, cái phần bối cảnh của cái bộ game này nó rất là hoành tráng. Mình phải công nhận là hoành tráng thật. Hoành tráng nhất từ trước đến nay mình chưa chơi con game nào mà nó gọi là nó viết chi tiết như vậy. Rồi nó viết về các đảng, các gọi là chủ nghĩa tinh thần, rồi chủ nghĩa dân tộc, rồi chủ nghĩa lý tưởng, rồi chiến tranh các kiểu. Hoành tráng. Thôi mọi người chịu khó để chờ xem nhá, xem là hết nó ra cái gì. Cũng chả biết hết nó ra cái gì. Ôi còn có tiếng gì đấy, tiếng Testronic là tiếng gì cũng không biết. Chắc là hết rồi đúng không nhỉ? Ok rồi, xin cảm ơn rồi. Ôi giời ơi, nhanh lên mọi người ơi. Hơi bị hụt hẫng vì nó hết ấy, vì mấy tuần nay mình toàn chơi game này thôi, không chơi game nào khác cả. Đây, hết chưa? Hết. Vâng, thử xem continue thì được cái gì nhá cả nhà nhá. Đây là cảm giác là chơi lại à?
Something is very wrong with him now. Nothing. Nothing. The creature's reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves,
it is.
Mình chả thấy
You
con gì cả.
glance over your.
We need a.
From the corner of your. With the. You see the
ampoule.
I'll wait. The spindly mechanism turns itself. Nothing. Its insect mind is impenetrable to your reasoning. Slowly, with your breath held, you take two. Like laughter, the tracheal system, hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you.
Okay.
There is no the shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
I got it.
A shudder pulses through something the arthropod.
Ok rồi, bây giờ thử là đi về xem nhá. Cái này kết thúc nhanh hơn mình tưởng á, để xem là chơi được tiếp nữa không á. Cảm giác chơi cái game này hay, không muốn chơi, nó không muốn nó hết mọi người ạ. Bây giờ nó mà hết thì mình cũng hơi bị buồn ấy. Để thử xem chơi tiếp nhá, xem là có chơi được cái gì không nhá. Đang quen cuồng chơi xong tự dưng nó bị hết ấy, cảm thấy nó thật là hụt hẫng ấy. Mà mình cũng biết được thêm một ít về quá khứ của ông thám tử này.
The skiff is swaying.
Are you sure?
The skiff is swaying on the waves by.
Are you sure?
Ủa, tức là không cho mình rời đi khi mà mình chưa thám hiểm cái con kia. Hơi bị mất thời gian nhỉ?
Hissing and clicking, the insect. Suddenly, there is, as you do, praying to you. Unwittingly, the insect continues. It
maybe
about the insect breathing you in. Your no, you were right. Little bubble.
Careful.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like.
I exist. No, there is one.
A series of chirrups surrounds you, like swallows on a cliffside. as the phasmid moves its forearms.
It's good, it's good. Don't worry.
The arthropod towers above you, just like in the picture, oblivious to your chattering. The ventricles on its... Suddenly, as you do, praying to you, the reed...
Maybe it is real.
About now, the insect breathing you in. You're sour, greasy. No reply. You were right. Little bubbles.
Careful.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade.
Maybe...
About now, the insect breathing you in. Your sour, greasy semiochemicals on... The insect stops its... Suddenly, there is silence. The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you. As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without
Bị lỗi
breaking
này này,
its
không thấy cái con
surface.
đấy. Đây bây giờ mới thấy.
And some...
It's gone. Apparently, yes. Looks like a nest of some...
What? In some kind...
Our suspect is not looking...
Nên để mình gọi là...
What is it?
Sai.
What do you want from... See?
Mr. Dora?
The man, like an addict of some terrible substance. A light shiver.
He's going into some kind of...
The trembling.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, old age and shock. The appearance of the... Old age, yes. The arrest and the appearance of the phasmid. That could be part of the shock.
No response.
Then how did we see it? Mm-hmm. The doctors will have to look at this. I hope you're station. He did seem distressed. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes.
No one would believe you without it.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help.
Bao nhiêu cỡ cái task đây này?
The old man stares. The
old age and the appearance.
Mình cảm giác cái này kết thúc có vẻ hơi vội à? Hay là tại vì mình không tìm được nhiều hết tất cả các chứng cứ, làm không hết các nhiệm vụ. Mấy cái trò chơi khác thì khi mà bạn giải quyết hết được nhiệm vụ chính ý, thì bạn vẫn có thể đi lại ở trong cái thế giới đấy để làm nhiệm vụ phụ, chứ không phải là gọi là chơi lại như thế này, đúng không? Ok, bây giờ cứ thử xem nhá. Thử xem là chơi được đến đâu nhá.
The skiff is...
Let's. We are done here.
Bây giờ là mình đã...
The skiff, but two men and a woman. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Ồ, ra lại chơi lại mọi người. Từ bây giờ mình sẽ không nói chuyện với những người này nữa.
Look what the tide brought him. I want to could also you look like...
Whatever this is the man with sunglasses.
Ồ, ok, thôi được rồi, thế hết rồi. Vậy là cứ chỉ chơi đi chơi lại như vậy thôi. Ok mọi người ạ, đã chơi hết Disco Elysium, buổi chơi thứ 12. Thật sự đây là một tựa game rất hay mọi người. Nếu mà những bạn nào mà thích tựa game trinh thám, dòng game trinh thám thì hãy thử chơi game này. Có khi các bạn sẽ phá đảo nhanh hơn mình và sẽ làm được hết tất cả nhiệm vụ hơn mình. Có khi tìm hiểu được nhiều những bí ẩn của game này hơn mình, vì mình cũng còn khá những thứ mà mình chưa tìm hiểu được. Thì là một tựa game hay. Một tựa game hay, lại xong được một tựa game mới nữa, siêu hay. Ấy. Không biết là còn tựa game trinh thám nào hay ở trên Steam mà nó sale nữa không? Thì chúng ta sẽ lại chơi tiếp. Thật sự là mình là một người rất thích tựa game trinh thám, như các bạn nào đã xem cái của mình rồi đó. Vâng, và bây giờ như thường lệ, sau khi chơi xong thì chúng ta sẽ 100% 100% cái gì? The final cut. Yes. Rất hay, rất hay. Good game. Game plot and context is amazing. Audio is amazing. Thực ra có rất nhiều người nói là cái audio này rất là tốt, nên là ok. Như thường lệ chúng ta sẽ uninstall và sẽ chuyển nó vào danh sách những game mà mình đã chơi xong. Chắc là cũng phải mất một nhanh thế nhỉ? Nhanh thật đấy. Manage đâu? Add to completed. Vậy là mình đã complete được 33 game. Vâng. Và xin gặp lại các bạn trong những trò chơi game mới nhé. Bye bye mọi người.